Okay, we're going to get started here, Jared. I'm going to I'd like to welcome those of you that are tuning in here to our call today, our Zoom call, share a little bit with you about AMPED, our product line. And if I can get my screen open here to start the slideshow, we will click into it. All right, we're going to kick her off here today. Let me get my screen here reduced. Okay, we're here to talk to you today about how to attain maximum performance through food and nutrition. We're going to share with you the secrets of literally what the elite athletes and the pros out in the world are doing to take their performance level to the next level. And today here with me joining, my name's Jeff Etchen. I'm a retired high school basketball coach, former Division I basketball assistant coach, and I spent the past 39 years as a physical education and health teacher, and I'm retired right now. And joining me here on the call is my son, Jared, who first shared Isagenix with me. Why don't you go ahead, Jared, and introduce yourself.
Absolutely. What's going on today, y'all? Jared, I'm just on again. I got into Isagenix about 2.5, 3 years ago. Yeah. I am a certified master personal trainer, nutrition specialist, currently at F45 managing different F45 training studios. A little bit of background before Isagenix I was a 3-sport high school athlete, played football in college, and have been through the ups and the downs, but recently hit Crystal Executive through Isagenix.
All right. Well, thanks, Jared. Now, what we're going to start off here talking about a little bit is a lot of people talk about food and nutrition around athletic performance, and we all kind of know what the food macro groups are and what to eat. And we're not going to dig into that too much today because so many people say the answer is just eat right today. Because we're finding out when it comes to athletes, and especially fitness buffs, athletes, it's really hard to eat just right. If you're a professional basketball or football player, you can get the perfect diet into yourself. You can hire your own chef and cook to cook for you. But in today's world, we're extremely fast-paced. A lot's going on, eating on the run. And even if we do eat all the right foods, we don't really know if we're getting the nutrition we need to get out of those foods because of processed foods, because of deficiencies and mineral deficiencies in the soil and stuff today. So it's really hard to know exactly, are you getting what you need to eat just right? And what's the answer to that? Now, as it comes to athletes and performance, and just have a simple example right here, just the average 200-pound person playing 2 hours of basketball burn about 1,400 calories. And calories are basically for energy and recovery in your body. Your body needs calories to come in to energize it to get to work every day. So if this average person goes out and also puts in 10,000 steps a day, everybody today is counting steps in today's world, they're going to end up burning over 4,000 calories a day. Now, if you've ever counted calories in food, you can probably get 4,000 calories of food into your body pretty easily, but a lot of it may not be very good. Now, some of the challenges that people are faced with that is finding a balanced meal, your macro needs, food prep, fast food, restaurants, where do you go to get it? As people that we'll talk a little bit more here, that people that are athletes and nutrition people, the healthiest way to eat is 4 to 5 times a day, 2 to 3 hours apart, getting the right level of protein in your body, into your system, and being consistent. And that becomes really, really hard for many people in today's world. And so what a lot of people have turned to is supplements. And this is one of the big reasons that really got me, and Jared will talk a little bit more about how he got onto this product line and supplements. But we've always known 90% of the elite athletes in the world take some form of supplementation. They use it. But as I know, both as a teacher and a coach and as a parent, having 2 athletes grow up in my house for the last 10, 12 years, what's out there? Where do you go? Where do you turn? Do they really work? Are they safe? Whole food versus supplements. What are PEDs? What about drug testing? So what a lot of people do nowadays, go Google it. Or maybe you turn to who you think your expert might be, the physical education teacher at the high school, or one of your buddies or friends in the weight room. And what I've come to find out, being in the education field as a professional, not many people are very educated on this. And as Jared got into his career, he's become a professional as a certified trainer and certified nutrition specialist. And I've also learned a lot from him, but I've always paid a lot of attention to this over the last 20 years. So what we're here to do today is to give you some of the facts and the information about supplements, because this really is how the top performing elite athletes in the world, the Olympic athletes, the college and the pro athletes, to get their body physically where it needs to be, they need to supplement it. They can't just get it all through eating right. And it just doesn't work anymore. Now, some things would be important for you to be aware of as you take a look at this, whether it's for your own personal use or if you're a parent of an aspiring athlete, is to understand that there's the World Anti-Doping Association reports that the number of people using these products are very high, but there's a good chance that 3 to 25% of these sports products could be contaminated with traces of banned substances. Now, if you're an high school athlete, you're not getting drug tested, but if you're a Division I or II college athlete or a pro athlete, or a number of people recently I've talked to that are endurance athletes, CrossFit athletes, triathletes, if you compete at a high level, you have to get drug tested. And it's really important to know that when you do take a supplement, that it's something that is what's on the bottle is what's actually going into your system. And the NCAA knows that almost 50% now, this is a lot outdated, of the people in the NCAA athletics are taking supplements. So, and it's up to them to know the player or the athlete to make sure that they're taking a clean supplement. And Mayo Clinic reports that more and more teenagers starting to use steroids just to increase muscle mass. And, you know, it's a scary thing out there as a parent and as an athlete growing up. So where do you turn? So I'm going to just play a quick video here for you, let you hear a little bit about supplements. Now that's a great video to just let you, let me get the next page here. And, you know, with all those questions in mind, they just talked about, Jared, and a couple years ago, some of the challenges you had, why don't you talk about as a trainer, as a professional, wanting your clients to get good quality products, and what led you to this product line?
For sure. So my whole journey with supplements actually started before I became a personal trainer, both throughout college, taking things that I shouldn't have been taking, getting in trouble for having taken them. That led me, I ended up working at a GNC store where I really learned just how not informed vast majority of GNC employees actually are. The only thing they're educated on, and I was trained in on this, was which products have the highest price margin, meaning which products can we sell for the most that we bought for the least and make the most amount of money. And, you know, my parents were around for this time. It was a constant conflict for myself, right? It ultimately was the main reason that led me to leaving GNC, right? Kind of was lost for a little while and literally kind of fell into becoming a personal trainer. A guy at the gym approached me, said, "Hey, I think you'd be a good fit." I didn't believe him, but you know what? I didn't have anything else going on, so I said, let's give it a go. I knew I always wanted to help people. I knew I enjoyed people's company, right? And I thought, you know, as long as I could get the knowledge and become knowledgeable in how to work with people physical-wise, right, fitness-wise, it could be a good fit. And, you know, 4 years later now, I'm loving it. Master personal trainer, managing different F45 training studios. But any trainer you speak to is going to talk about the 80-20, right? It does not matter who you train with in the gym if you're not willing to put the work that's necessary out of the gym. 80-20. 80% of results that you are looking to achieve come through your nutrition. Only 20% are going to be earned through the actual work you do. So you literally cannot train a poor diet. So that was the biggest issue I ran into with my clients when I first got started, right? I knew how to train them. I knew what their goals were. I knew what to do with them in the gym. But at that point, I didn't have the knowledge or the resources to help them out nutrition-wise. That's what led me to get my nutrition certification. So now I'm a nutrition specialist, and ultimately, at the same time, I ran into a guy, Kevin Patro, who is he's run a bunch of different nutrition shops, very, very knowledgeable in not only supplements, but manufacturing processes of supplements, which is so huge, how ingredients are being manufactured and paired in supplements, right? And, 2.5 years ago, I trusted Kevin enough to try out Isagenix. And it's kind of funny, my real quick story here is I got into Isagenix because I was looking for a solution for my clients' nutrition, something that was simple, easy to maintain, and easy to do. I was half-assing my first 30-day system with Isagenix. I wasn't doing it for me. I was just doing it because I had the product. And a month later, someone asked me, one of my clients, well, what have the products done for you? I wasn't tracking it. I knew what my weight was at, but that night I went home, I jumped on the scale, and I lost 15 pounds. Like, I got into it for my clients, but found a solution to a problem that I didn't even know I had, right? I thought I knew it all. Turns out I was missing something, and that was Isagenix. So what's awesome, that's our 30-day system. But today I'm here to speak specifically to our AMP product line, which is our performance product line for athletes or for anyone in the gym looking to work out and get into this fitness journey.
Yeah, and one thing I think is important to note is that as we found out what certified products were, that we know that the AMP product line, every product you take is certified, is safe. So no matter what level of athlete performance you're at, you can be taking a safe product and don't have to worry about if you are drug tested. Did something get in there? Was it contaminated?
Absolutely.
Part of Isagenix too, I know I'm kind of a geek on science and information because I know in career professionally, I dug into a whole bunch of this once Jared shared these products that he decided to go forward with. I've been taking supplements myself for close to 25 years now, and I've always really wanted to know the science and information behind it because if as a professional, as a physical education health teacher, I ever recommend it to one of my athletes or students or people I know, I want to make sure that it's science-based and that it's really getting the results they say it gets and know that it's safe. So Isagenix has a no compromise commitment, and they have their own, what they call ICONs, or Center for Nutrition and Science, where they have a group of scientists and they're always on the cutting edge of their products, of the raw materials, the sourcing they get. They're some of the best sourcing in the world. So it's, if you really want to dig into it and that part's important to you, Isagenix has all the info you want at isagenixhealth.net. You can see all of their research, science, and every bit of product information you want to get. Isagenix also, which appealed to me as a coach, has a number of Team Isagenix top performance athletes from all around the world that have used their products and has incorporated into them, and they've had success at every level, from professional sports to football to basketball to golf to Olympic athletes to college athletes and high school athletes. For us close to home, being from Minnesota, Adam Thielen has been a Team Isagenix athlete and has been a user of Isagenix products since he was in college. And this is what he tells people to take himself around because he knows it's safe. And Adam came from being a nobody to one of the top players in the NFL. So with enough said about that, Jared, why don't you talk a little bit about the products here, about their whole system they put in there for the different parts of the workout.
Right, for sure. So right here is kind of a generalized view of all the different AMP products that we have, right? So we've got everything from your pre-workouts, something you take before you work out, your intra-workout, something you take during your workout, and then stuff that you take post-workout, after your workout. And on the right there, you'll see the whole family, right? From our tri-release to our nitro, repair, BCAAs, our Nox, power, and hydrate. Clicking on to the next slide here, we're going to first talk about our pre-workouts, kind of like the sequence of how you utilize these products, right? There's pre-workout, intra-workout, post-workout. Pre, before, that's going to be your AMP Nitro. What that is, it's a pre-workout. It's going to, without diving too into ingredients and what it does for you, right? It's going to give you some energy for your workout. It's going to get you some natural green tea caffeine. It's going to help with blood flow with it, which is huge for any, it doesn't matter what you're trying to do. Blood flow is huge for just lifting weights and building up a muscle, right? And then it's going to kind of help you sustain that energy throughout your workout. One thing that's important, I utilize all these products, right? I've utilized so many different pre-workouts, and it's one of the most common things I hear from people is, I tried pre-workout, but I was shaking out of my skin, or my skin was itchy, right? A lot of that comes from the sourcing of certain ingredients. And one thing I love about Nitro is I don't get that jittery, shaking out of my body feeling. I just feel my body ready to go. My muscles feel good. My body feels good, and I have a good workout. So that's one kind of testimonial that I'll give, a testament to the Nitro. Moving on to the next year, our BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. That's going to be your during your workout. This is something you have with water, you sip on while you're working out. Basically, it does a number of different things, and you can see on the screen there, from helping with the maintenance of building a muscle. It's going to help with pushing out that fatigue. It's going to help keep you energized. It's going to help you burn fat, but it's great. The branched chain amino acid is kind of the energy component to a protein, and that's why you drink it during your workout. It's going to help give you energy throughout your workout, but it's also going to start helping in the aid to, if you go to the next slide, your post-workout. BCAAs are an aid to allowing your body to utilize and increase its efficiency in the absorption of your post-workout, after your workout, protein. So many different protein options out there. One thing that makes this, our AMP tri-release, Isagenix AMP tri-release superior to the others is you don't just build muscle an hour after your workout. You don't just build muscle 3, 4, 5, 6 hours after your workout. You don't just build muscle 24 hours, 2 days later, right? You're constantly building muscle up after you're done working out. So there's different time release proteins that help you through that, what's called muscle protein synthesis process, the building of your muscle, right? What's awesome about the tri-release is you're going to get 3 time release proteins, right? Your fast acting, absorbing protein. You're going to get your moderate, that in between absorbing protein. Then you're going to have that long, slow absorbing protein. So this protein is going to help you build muscle through all phases of your protein muscle synthesis process. And another, again, I don't want to dive too much into the ingredients, right? But it's called Velocitol. It's a cutting edge product. It's a superior product that is an aid to protein. What it does is it allows and helps our body to absorb and utilize the protein that we're putting into our body more efficiently. So what we put into our body, we are getting the most out of, maximizing our results from what we take.
Yeah, one thing's really impressed me about that, Jared, is that there's different times where your muscles in the, I always get tongue-tied, muscle protein synthesis process.
Oh, that's a tongue twister.
And rather than, having to have multiple different types of protein for the person that's, a top elite athlete, it's all in one right here, and it can take care of with that Velocitol, allowing that to do it, which is kind of a game breaker for Isagenix. I mean, there's not many products, if any, out there like this. So that's really impressed me a lot, being with my background.
Absolutely. And that's kind of like a marketing ploy for other supplement companies, right? Instead of putting all this 3-in-1 proteins into one, right? They're going to make you buy your fast acting. They're going to make you buy your normal moderate absorbing. They're going to make you buy the long-term protein separately. They're going to sell it at a high cost to make more money, right? Isagenix doesn't do that. You don't need to do that. So another awesome thing about Isagenix, right? But then the next product here is going to be our AMP Repair. Again, I want you to think of this as an aid to the tri-release, your post-workout. It's going to help with your recovery. It's got different things such as like L-glutamine, which is going to help with muscle soreness. And the main thing that I have found, and through testimonies that I have heard from Repair, is it really helps with overall joint health, right? So when you lift weights, right, it doesn't matter if you have pitch perfect form, you're putting stress on joints more times than not, right? So in your recovery, having the ability to have some of these things like turmeric and whatnot to help with overall joint health is huge for lifting weights and the longevity of feeling good for years and years and years to come.
Well,
And probably
no,
you can attest to this one.
yeah, I mean, personally, I'm 61, soon to be 62 in less than a month. And I've been working out a lot over the last few years, just trying to get back in shape. I had my knees replaced 3 years ago and put on about 50 pounds. And I managed to take all that back off and create a different lifestyle utilizing these products. But from a workout standpoint, man, I tell you, sometimes when I've forgotten to take repair and we go through some of your HIIT workouts here, my muscles and joints are so sore later in the day, the next day. This is one product that I can really, really feel. I mean, when I remember to take repair right after the workout and I have it there, I feel like a different person the next 24 hours. And it's a tremendous product. And I know, having talked recently to some CrossFit competitive people, one of the things that Corey the other day, he told me one of the biggest concerns he has is recovery. And I think for athletes that really work out and put a lot of stress in their body, that recovery part's a hard thing to get back up and get going the next day and the day after. And I think this is something that can really make a huge difference for people. And then one other product I'll wrap up. We got a couple other things here. Is this what it's called, Knox? And this is it's kind of can be a daily use product, but I never heard of this. And I've really been I think, kind of informed on supplements, but this is a nitrate-rich vegetable extract, beetroot and celery that are within this, and fruit extracts, and it helps increase the ability to move oxygen through your system. And so much of this is so important, whether it's having better endurance, and I also found out, because I've had heart issues, it's really good for cardiovascular health and for your arteries. A lot of research has been done on this. Again, you can see it at isagenixhealth.net. But this product has allowed me to come off of some medications I've taken I won't get on the reason, but it just, the level of oxygen that it helps me get in my body. And anybody that's an endurance athlete, whether you're a triathlete, you're a runner, a basketball player, hockey player, I just think this is something that should be part of a daily regime, because I can just totally feel the difference in my endurance levels, and getting that little extra nowadays, so that you've got a little bit extra energy, better endurance in the last minute of that game or that competition, or that last half a mile, you're kicking it in if you're a runner. It is so important nowadays, because so many athletic competition comes down those last few seconds. And this is a tremendous product, and I can't say enough about it. One other area, I don't know if many of you have ever researched adaptogens, but adaptogens are really kind of becoming a big trigger word out there in the marketplace today. But as they relate to physical and athletic performance, improves mental and physical performance while reducing fatigue. There's a ton of research behind this. Adaptogens have really only been in the US for about the last 25, 30 years. It was first started up, there's a doctor in Russia that had a lot of their athletes. Yeah, he did a lot of work there to help keep their astronauts, cosmonauts to stay awake, military people stay awake, and they're using drugs and stuff that weren't very good. So he went to natural sources, and he developed adaptogens as kind of the grandfather of adaptogens. And Jim Coover, the founder of Isagenix, actually was very wanting to learn about adaptogens back in the 80s. And in 1990, he contacted this person in Russia, but he's very leery about sharing his information because, you know, Russia was Russia then. Well, when the wall came down, Jim was one of the first people to travel to Russia and connect with this guy and get his formulations, and worked with another guy, one of our top formulators with Isagenix, John Anderson, were two of the foremost people on adaptogens in America at that time. And then in the early 2000s, when Jim and Kathy Coover founded Isagenix, he wanted to be sure that adaptogens were part of the daily process. And from an athletic standpoint, I just can't say enough. I've heard a number of doctors. Isagenix has a science team that works with top athletes in the world. There are some of the doctors, the top professional athletes, golfers, football players, people go to for their nutrition. And I've heard the doctors say that this is one of the #1 products, especially the Ionic Supreme there to take. And I've really noticed a difference. I had finished up the year with my best round of golf last week. And when I have an E-shot and Bia, just the mental clarity in my mind and relaxing the golf course, it just, this game changer for me, because I started realizing as the summer went on, when I took them, I played much better golf than what I did before. So,
well, Paul, I was just telling you the other day about Ionics, right? I went a couple days last week without it because I was just out and I was waiting for more to come in, and I was so much more irritable. And then literally the next day, first day I put it in, right? That stress, you know, talk about mental clarity, but for me it was stress, just the little things that normally would get to me. And I think I think of driving in my car as being one of the most evident, right? How irritable I would get. The moment I take Ionics, the stress component of it goes away. I don't want to say it's like a magic juice, but it really kind of is. It's crazy how it works.
Well, it's
It is a
interesting.
game changer.
Had you had in your athletic career, being a quarterback in football,
Oh,
playing basketball and golf, the impact it may have had, just that mental clarity and improving your physical performance a little bit, because how many times the contests come right down to the end of the game with you?
all the
And
time. And I tell you
it,
what, the quarterback would have been the most important, right? Like,
oh yeah,
golf, there's a couple things, right? I was always a go for it no matter what, right? You can't be a successful golfer always going for it. But football and having been a quarterback, to be able to, no matter what's happening in the moment, right, just stay calm, stay cool, stay collected. That was kind of natural, but I can't imagine the impact. It would have, again, it would have been a game changer for me then as a quarterback, especially in college, right? You're dealing with so much more from a high school level to a collegiate level of quarterbacking. You know,
well,
can't.
we could talk all day about our personal results. Isagenix has tons and tons of real results backed by real science, which I think is one of the big things about this. So, as we wrap up talking about the product, one of the things that just naturally seems to happen, and those of you here that came here for the product, kind of wrap the product part up. But what happens when people like these products, and you can get back to the person who invited you here to get more information on the products, you get set up with a package. We have a number of customizable packages that you can get. But what happens to a lot of people, once they start using the products and they share them with people, they can't help but tell people, like you said, Jared, just the results you got. People see you, what you look like and how you felt. And you're in a career where people would come to you all the time for recommendations. What supplement should I take? So it's kind of a no-brainer. Rather than letting GNC or Vitamin Shot make the money, you at least knew the quality and the science behind the product, and that you were getting paid for referring people to a great product. It was a game changer.
Absolutely.
And I think, kind of Isagenix, some of you we've talked about a lot here, but it's an 18-year-old company that is worldwide. It's operating in 26 markets globally, approaching $1 billion a year company in sales. They've done $8 billion in total sales since 2002 around the world. They have over 300 individuals that are earning more than $1 million cumulatively in their Isagenix businesses. And they are trusted and respected, have an A+ rating, Better Business Bureau. So they're a very established company and really have a true passion to make a difference for people's health and well-being around the world. Like I said, once you love these products so much, you're sure going to want to sell them. So getting started with Isagenix is really very simple, and they'll actually pay you if you share them with others. So the first step getting started is just to set up an account. It's free to become a customer, preferred customer. You get preferred customer pricing, reduced pricing off of the retail amount. The person invited you, they will give you a link to a website. It takes you less than 10 minutes to get set up, and you can get your own customized, your own product order of exactly what you want to get. We also have AMP product packs that get you even a bigger savings if you bundle them together. Step 2, then if you decide you want to share it with others, you simply get upgraded to an associate. And for $29, you got your own business and everything's running in the back office, all your overhead, everything's taken care of for you. And now that you're associate, if you want to share this and make money, Jared, why don't you tell a little bit about your story? You can tell the simple way that people do it, how easy it is.
Absolutely. So one thing to point out, because I am an entrepreneur, right? So Isagenix wasn't my first business I looked into. That $29, your startup cost to start your business is $29 and then buying product that you're going to use anyways. When you want to start up a franchise, we're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars for a startup.
45. What's the startup cost for the place you guys are going to open up this spring?
$300,000.
Yeah.
Right. So just that's a mind blow. You can start your own business and you can crawl with it or sprint with it for $29. That's just it's something I really like to stress because it is an absolute game changer. But next is going to be our compensation plan. And it's super simple. It should be simple, right? We're just sharing something we love. And the concept is called you share, they share, repeat. And this process is what I do. It's what my father does. It's what the top income earners in Isagenix do over and over and over again. It starts off with you share, right? You order your AMP product line or you order your weight loss value pack. You get great results. People ask you what you're doing. You share. So here's how it starts. You talk to your friend Debbie. and Debbie notices the results you have gotten over the last 30 days. She says, what are you doing? I want to try it. You set Debbie up with the same value pack that you got started on. Isagenix then is going to pay you a product introduction bonus, a PIB of $100 for just sharing with Debbie, for something that you love, for something that you use and got great results from. Another friend, say your coworker, Jeff, sees you and notices the results, and he's been really struggling with weight loss, or maybe he's been struggling with the gym. You set Jeff up with a value pack. That's another $100 bonus for you that Isagenix gives you, another $100 PIB bonus. Now, what's super awesome about Isagenix is if you get Debbie and Jeff signed up in the same week on value packs, they're actually going to double those bonuses. So the $100 becomes $200. So for you just sharing with two of your friends products that you love, that you know are going to give them results, Isagenix pays you $400. When you first share with your first two people, you reach what's called our first leadership level of being a crystal consultant, which actually it's not on the slide, but it's actually an additional $100 bonus that you get for sharing products that you love with two people. So with sharing with two people, you can make $500. That's the you share. That's the first part of our compensation plan. The next part is they share. Debbie takes the products, loves the products. Same sequence happens. Her friends, her girlfriends, her husband notices the results that she got, and they're curious. They have a conversation. They want to sign up. When Debbie signs up her first two people, Isagenix is going to give you $100. Debbie signs with two people. Debbie becomes a crystal consultant. Isagenix will pay you an additional $100. So now we're up to $600. Now, Jeff, on your right side, Jeff also shares. You just want to go back to that slide one more here, Pod Banks. Same thing. Jeff got amazing results. Feels great. Better sleep. Lost weight. More energy. He shares with two of his good friends. One's from college. One's his brother. I don't know. When that happens, Jeff just becomes a crystal consultant. Isagenix then turns around, pays you an additional $100. So for you sharing with two people and having them share with two people right there, you have made $700. And when you develop your first two consultants, you reach our second leadership level of Crystal Manager, which is an additional $250. So by you sharing and they share, you just made $950 in 1 week. And we just do that again. The last part of our concept is repeat. You share, they share, repeat. That's how simple Isagenix makes it. But what could an extra $950 a week be for you? What could that be for in a month, right? With what's going on in the global pandemic, $950 can make or break rent, make or break health payments. Something to think about.
And how about the long-term residual? I mean, that's up front when people get started, Jared, but kind of touch on a little bit how they use this BV system and what the potential
Absolutely.
is there, because this becomes retirement money or
absolutely
money,
so
whatever.
The upfront bonuses are awesome, right? They're rewarding you with the work that you're putting in upfront. But what a vast majority of us start businesses from is a residual component of business, right? Not just the work that you're putting in, is the residual. So the first part of the compensation plan is that you share, they share, repeat. That is your upfront bonuses. The next part of this compensation plan is called cycles. Every single product that you buy or someone purchases, so we have those lines, right? Say you signed up Debbie, you signed up Jeff. Jeff and Debbie signed up those two people, right? You've got 6 people signed up underneath you. Every single product that they ordered has a specific BV total that cycles up to you at the top. And right, every time that you accumulate 900 BV, 600 down one leg, 300 down the other, Isagenix pays you a cycle bonus of $54.10. Now this is the exciting part, right? month to month, these people that are underneath you, every single person that ever gets enrolled down underneath you, whatever they order, that business volume always trickles up to you on an unlimited depth. There is no cutoff. That trickles up to you. So every time you accumulate 900 BV, it's $54. So in the compensation plan, the goal is to get to 250 cycles a week. That is the tap out part for Isagenix. When you cycle 250 times in 1 week, they're going to pay you out $13,500. And you can see that here on the graph. That's kind of the goal. Am I there? No, not even close. I'm cycling like 4 to 5 times a week. But you know what? That 4 to 5 times a week is just people ordering underneath me. I'm not doing any work right now. I can't tell you this is my first Zoom call I've done in months. I think I've signed up one person in the last 3 months, but I've been making anywhere from $150 to $250 a week because of the work that I had put in initially, right? So that's what's so awesome about this business, right? You can sprint, take some time, get to crawling, take some time off, back to sprinting. But the real life-changing money income comes from this residual component to our compensation plan. Did I miss? Oh, I was going to say the other part about this without getting too into it, right, is when you start consistently cycling at $250 or 250 cycles a week, that's not it. Isagenix is going to allow you to re-enroll above your business center that you just built out that is pumping out 250 cycles a week. And they're going to allow you to start building a third leg on an unlimited depth again. So whereas 250 cycles a week can now become 500 cycles a week. So instead of making 13,500, what's that, 27? You can make $27,000 in 1 week. And you can do that again and again and again. There is no limit to how much money you can make with the Isagenix compensation plan. It is the superior compensation plan out there. There are a lot of companies. They're going to try to tell you, we have the best comp plan. Oh, but we only pay you out on 50 levels down. After that, you just got to build that team. No, right? There's so many people out there that claim it. Isagenix is it.
And one thing I think, looking at this industry of network marketing, and a lot's been said out there, but if you look at it, it really is, there's companies like our company that's been around for almost 20 years now, billion-dollar companies. They call them legacy companies that aren't going anywhere. Have there been people that have come and gone here and not made much money? Yes. Are there people that have come here in the last few years and made a lot of money? Yeah. Same thing with the supplements and the products. If you use them correctly, the science proves they work. If you work results, this is the only opportunity I know where a person has unlimited income potential. And you don't have to worry about the person above you being concerned about your success because you might take their job. Your success is their success, and people above you will always be cheering you on. And the products work if you use the products, and the business works if you work the business. And the company has a tremendous amount of resources to help you along the way to show you how to do that. So in wrapping up, I just like to tell you, are you ready for a change? If not now, when? The old definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. And nowadays you can do the same thing over and over and you may not even get the same results. So what are you going to want to do? What's up to you? Is it just wanting to be a consumer, a user of the products? Or do you want to go out and make that extra couple $100 a month or 500 or 1,000? Or do you want to go out and just create a whole new career in the next 5-10 years, create that 6-7 figure income, that's walkaway income, gives you the freedom to do what you want, when you want, where you want, with who you want. That's totally up to you. So if we haven't, anything else to add, Jared?
I was just going to say, I love the quote, if not now, when, right? Everyone says, everyone gets so caught up on it needs to be the perfect timing, right? In life, things are never the perfect timing. You just simply decide to make it happen and make it the right timing. So whether it's an investment in your health and being healthier, or if it's an investment in your financial well-being and your family's financial well-being, right? You can wait around for the perfect time. It's not going to happen. You have to make it happen. That's how it works. To wait, you can wait, but why? Why wait when an opportunity falls right into your lap that can change both your physical well-being and your family or your financial well-being. Make it happen.
Yep. So with that said, thank you, Jared. Those of you tuned in, get back with the person who introduced you to Isagenix if you have any other questions. And it's hope to see you down the road. Take care.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so
Man.
much for your time today.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for bringing me on.
All right. Have a great day, folks.
Later, guys.